A very exciting light heavyweight matchup, Jiri Prochazka versus Carlos Ulberg. This is incredibly interesting because it's a clash between wild, unpredictable chaos and calm technical kickboxing. That's what we're going to be watching here. On one side, you've got Jiri Procházka, a former UFC light heavyweight champion known for his aggressive samurai-style fighting. On the other hand, you've got Carlos Ulberg, a highly technical striker from the famous City kickboxing camp. So stylistically, this fight is basically unorthodox pressure versus clean technical striking. First off, Jiri Procházka. Procházka might be the most unpredictable fighter in the UFC. His style looks chaotic, but there is actually a lot of creativity and instincts behind it. He fights with high output, pressure heavy style, and is constantly attacking from unusual angles, and that's what gets into his opponent's head. Procházka throws strikes from everywhere. Spinning elbows, jumping knees, overhands, spinning kicks. His unpredictability makes him extremely dangerous. Opponents often struggle to read what he's about to throw next. Of course, Jiri also has the knockout power. Procházka has serious finishing ability. Many of his wins have come by brutal knockout in both Rising and UFC. And when he lands clean, the fight ends quickly, man. There's not a lot of time. Another major weapon for Procházka is his relentless pressure. He constantly pushes forward and forces opponents into chaotic exchanges. Procházka's last 5 fights, amazing fight against Kyle Roundtree, ended in a round 3 knockout. Good fight against Jamal Hill, another round 3 knockout, and then got knocked out by Shama. Before that, knocked out Rakic in round 2. Before that, got knocked out by Shama. Amazing resume right here. The only person Jiri has lost to is Alex Pereira. On the other hand, we got Carlos Ulberg. So Ulberg is one of the most promising strikers in the light heavyweight division. He trains alongside fighters like Israel Adesanya and Alexander Volkanovski. His style is the complete opposite of Procházka. Like, these guys are so different. Ulberg fights with precision, patience, and technical discipline. 3 things you gotta look at with Ulberg's skill set. He has elite kickboxing. Ulberg's striking fundamentals are extremely clean. He throws sharp jabs, straight right hands, and fast combinations, powerful kicks. His technique is well polished, like really clean. Ulberg, for a light heavyweight, Ulberg is very fast. His hand speed and footwork allows him to hit opponents and move before they can counter. That speed advantage could be important against a fighter like Procházka. And then the third thing is his composure. Like I said, just the opposite of Jiri, man. Unlike Procházka, Ulberg stays extremely calm during fights. He doesn't get drawn into unnecessary brawls. You know, that composure helps him stick to his game plan. When you look at Ulberg's fight resume, pretty decent, but nothing compared to Jiri. Knocked out Reyes in round 1. Very good knockout, honestly. Unanimous decision against Jan Blachowicz. And to be fair, that fight was pretty close. It was very close, but Ulberg took it. Unanimous decision against Volkan Ozdemir, and then knocked out also Menifield. This was a crazy fight because of the way Menifield just ran out of nowhere. I don't know what got into his head, but his fight resume is kind of mid. It's okay, but it does not take away from his skill set. He's actually very, very good. And I always knew this guy would fight for a belt one day. Now, granted, you know, the circumstances are weird, but he is fighting for a belt. Of course, Ulberg has 8 wins by knockout, 1 win by submission, 7 first-round finishes. Very, very fascinating style matchup right here. Procházka fights in chaos. Ulberg, on the other hand, fights with structure. Procházka wants to turn fights into wild exchanges, while Ulberg wants to control distance and pick his shots. Now, the defense could be a major factor. Procházka's style leaves him open to counters. Okay, he often absorbs shots while attacking. Against someone with Ulberg's position, that could be dangerous. And even his last fight, Kyle Roundtree, Jiri was like, man, I didn't realize defending and putting your hands up could stop you from being hit.
I started to believe in my defense, in my hands up. Man, I didn't understand that works.
Having your hands up.
Because yeah, my hands up and head movement.
So hopefully he carries that new mindset, but I doubt it. He's too old to change his style. Now, when it comes to the pressure, another big question is how Ulberg handles pressure. Prochazka constantly pushes forward and forces fighters into uncomfortable situations. If Ulberg gets backed up against the cage, Prochazka's aggression could take over. Now, the path to victory for Jiri Procházka. For Prochazka, the strategy is pretty clear here. Pressure constantly, okay? Make the fight unpredictable. Land power shots. That's what he needs to do. When it comes to the pressure, he needs to force Ulberg into chaotic exchanges. Ulberg is going to be fighting clean. He's a clean kickboxer. He needs to keep trying to make it a chaotic fight. Keep making it unpredictable. Wild angles and attacks could disrupt Ulberg's rhythms. And it will. So he needs to keep doing that. And of course, Jiri has to connect clean and the fight could end quickly. Now, for the path to victory for Carlos Ulberg, the game plan is more technical. He has a difficult path because Jiri is just awkward and unpredictable. Ulberg has to control the distance. He needs to use his footwork to stay out of Prochazka's range. He cannot engage in that wild, chaotic fight. He needs to keep trying to keep it clean. By that, he needs to be keeping his range. Now, when Jiri is going in, Ulberg needs to counter that aggression. Prochazka often leaves openings while attacking. Yes, I did say he cannot engage in the wild type fight that Prochazka wants, but he needs to be countering in a clean way, which leads to him staying disciplined throughout the fight. Ulberg has to avoid getting dragged into a brawl. If Ulberg stays calm and technical, he could pick Prochazka apart. The biggest X factor in this fight is Prochazka's unpredictability. That's really it. It's extremely difficult to prepare for his style. Even elite fighters struggle to deal with his unusual movement and attacks. This is a very dangerous fight for both fighters, honestly speaking. Ulberg probably has the advantage in technical striking and defense, but Prochazka's chaos and power make him dangerous at any moment. If Ulberg stays disciplined and lands clean counters, he could win rounds or even find a knockout. But if that fight becomes chaotic, Prochazka thrives in that environment, man. My prediction? I think I'm gonna go with Jiri, man. I'm gonna go with Jiri by TKO. Now, Ulberg has a big way to win by decision or TKO. Even like his last fight with Reyes, if he does the same thing, it's a good outcome. Now, I will say Jiri's chin is way better than Dominic Reyes, but the more you show how good your chin is, the closer you are to finally getting to that chin finally getting cracked. So I think it's actually a close fight. It was hard for me to make a final decision, but for now I think I'm gonna be going with Jiri Procházka. Ulberg, you know, his precision and speed could eventually catch Procházka during one of those aggressive exchanges, but I think Jiri will be able to take whatever he's bringing forward. I think Jiri has faced more fighters similar to Ulberg, like Pereira, Jamal Hill, Cahill Roundtree. Ulberg has not faced anybody like Jiri Procházka, man. Yeah, so I think it's going to be a very exciting fight in the light heavyweight division. Samurai warrior style fighter like Jiri versus a clean, calm, calculated kickboxer in Ulberg. Literally chaos versus precision. And with both fighters carrying knockout power, this fight could end at any moment. But let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like the video if you liked the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new.